So I just want to pop in and say thank you guys. So I appreciate each and every one of you so much. You know, recently we've had some core values, but recently we kind of did a little updating of them and just getting really clear on them. And so I want to go over those with you super quick so you can see what we're all about and why we're here today. And one is to be of service. That is my number one goal and passion, is to be of service to you guys and to the world. So we go above and beyond to be of service to you. Effective, we're actively looking for ways to make a positive impact, hopefully on your health and on your life and on the world. And we empower people. Of course, we're empowering you to take back your health, and we deliver quality results. So that's what we're all about with our programs, with my books, with the supplements. And it's just so exciting that, you know, we're here and there are literally people from around the world that are tuning in. So it's super, super exciting. I really could not have imagined anything greater. But it also offers you the opportunity to try things that maybe you haven't tried before because you were just curious, but you didn't want to make the leap, or you were new and you just didn't know where to start. And I'm going to go over my favorite supplements, why I use them, and you know what you could use them for if you're interested. So people usually find this super valuable because I really draw from my own experience about how I use these in my everyday life. So stay tuned here for in just a minute. I'm going to go over that. Okay, so let's get started on my favorite supplements and the ones that I think everybody needs to be taking. All right, I'm going to go pretty quick, but this will be recorded. It will be up for you. So if you're joining late, you have to leave early, you can come back and watch it, right? So I'm going to go super quick because I talk quick and I love to be of service, and I'll answer some questions at the end, okay? So the essentials, we call them the essentials because I do believe that they are essential, is that everyone should be taking them, whether you're my 2-year-old daughter or you're somebody's 91-year-old grandmother. Everybody should be taking these. And those are a multivitamin. Now, I have plenty of articles on this and I write about it in my books, but I really believe that because of how we've depleted our soil, because we are dealing with more toxins than we've ever dealt with before, and that we're not eating the diets that we used to eat, that many of us are depleted, and certainly our soil is depleted in many of the key nutrients, such as iodine, selenium, and zinc. So, and those are usually pretty low in a lot of other multis. In fact, many multis out on the market don't even have iodine in them. If you're somebody who has a thyroid dysfunction or has a history of family thyroid dysfunction, iodine is really, really crucial. Even if you're looking to prevent thyroid dysfunction, iodine, selenium, and zinc are completely essential. And this multi really includes all of the nutrients that you need for optimal thyroid function. And it's just a great multi for anybody out there just looking for a really good multi. Probiotics. Now, who's not heard about probiotics or our gut microbiome and how super important it is? We have 3 different probiotics in the store. 2 are essentially the same. They're just different potencies, and the one's really different. So I'll go over those in just a second. But it is essential to keep your gut microbiome balanced. Many of us are being born into the world now without even having a really good microbiome because people are being born by C-section. People are getting antibiotics after antibiotics. So nearly 80% of our immune system is located in our gut. So it is essential, and which is why it's part of the essentials group, that you take a really high quality probiotic. Now, the one that we have in my store has been clinically researched to support a healthy microbiome and your immune system. They're in a nitrogen blister pack, so they do not need to be refrigerated. They're gluten-free, they're dairy-free. Now, all of my supplements fall into this category on my website. There are a couple that have a few derivatives of dairy, and they're very clearly marked on the website. I think it's 2 different supplements, but our probiotics don't have soy, they don't have dairy. Many probiotics are made on a dairy medium. Now, I recommend that if you are dealing with leaky gut, or you're just starting out, or you have, candida, or you're overcoming some sort of gut disturbance, the 100 billion unit pack. If you're somebody who's just looking for maintenance at this point, you've gone through some of the programs, you've treated candida, you're on the other side of leaky gut, the 30 billion is for maintenance. Now, The third kind of probiotic that I have, or the second kind, is called Primal Earth, and it's a soil-based probiotic. And that's what I recommend for people if you're dealing with SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. If you take the other probiotic, it could worsen your SIBO. So you want to be taking the Primal Earth. Also, people with autoimmunity often recommend the Primal Earth. I take it along with the 100 billion units actually every day. So that's what I personally do. It is fine to take both. Unless you have SIBO, you definitely do not want to be taking the complete probiotic because it contains lactobacillus until you've overcome your SIBO. So we're still on the essentials. There are 4 supplements that I consider the essentials. And so we've already talked about the multivitamin, the probiotics, and now we're on to omega-3s. It's really critical. So many of us are dealing with inflammation. It's the root cause of almost every disease, certainly every chronic condition out there. And omega-3s are very anti-inflammatory. They help to support a balanced mood. After all, your brain is nearly 60% fat. And of course, it helps with inflammation. Now, when you're looking at omega-3s, one of the things you really need to be concerned about is making sure that they are coming from a source that has removed all of the mercury. So the ones that I carry in my store are 5-star certified, that they do not have mercury in them. They are guaranteed to be mercury free. And so they meet the highest standards in the world for looking for purity, potency, freshness, and of course, not having toxins in them. So the other great thing about the omega-3s that I carry are that they are from a monoglyceride, not from a triglyceride or an ethyl ester. So most fish oils that you find out there, I don't want to knock any brands, but most of them out there are in a triglyceride or an ethyl esters. So the thing about the ethyl esters and the triglycerides is that your body has to break them apart in order to absorb them, which, isn't a problem. It's just more work for your body. And so you may not absorb all of the omega-3. When it's in a monoglyceride form, then your body just absorbs it. It doesn't need to be broken down into a monoglyceride for your body then to absorb it. It's just in a monoglyceride form. So studies out there are showing that these omega-3s in a monoglyceride form are actually absorbed much more readily and are much more bioavailable. In fact, the research is showing that they're 3 times more bioavailable, and the absorption rate is 3 times that of a regular fish oil. So you don't have to take as many, which is awesome and helps on the number of pills you got to swallow, and also helps on your pocket and your budget. So that's really great. So each of our capsules contains a total of 1,300 milligrams of fish oils, which is amazing. And so if you're looking at it's absorbed 3 times more, then that's almost 3,000 milligrams of fish oil per pill. All right, so the 4th essential in the essentials, and I have a kit if you're looking to get all of these, they come in a kit, and it is vitamin D. Now, vitamin D3, of course, is found in gazillions of reactions in our body. It's crucial, and it plays a really important role in the immune system. One of the main things I want to tell you about about vitamin D is that you always want to get it with K2. So back in the day, it wasn't even that far ago, 5-10 years ago, when vitamin D started becoming popular, probably 10 years ago now, and everybody started, taking tons of vitamin D. What started happening is that people were having calcifications places that they didn't want it. So you want calcifications in your bones. It's part of the reason to take vitamin D is for strong bones, and of course for your immune system. But what they realized when they were taking vitamin D unopposed, so it didn't have vitamin K in it, that these calcium deposits were happening places that you didn't want it, like arteries, rather than in your bones. So then research over the last few years has really come out that when you take it with vitamin K2, that then the deposits and the calcifications end up happening where you want it, in the bones. Now, my multivitamin does contain K2. So if you want to get vitamin D somewhere else and you're taking the multi, that's okay. I find it's better to just put it in the same pill. Therefore, you don't have to worry about, are you getting it from somewhere else or not? So the vitamin D that we have in my store has vitamin K2 in it. So we have two forms. We have a liquid, which is what I've been giving Elle ever since the day she was born. And then we, of course, have a pill. So the liquid is 2 drops is 1,000 units. Again, most people, I can't speak to everybody, but generally I found in my practice, I checked so many people for their vitamin D levels. Nobody ever had optimal levels unless they were already taking vitamin D. So if you're not, most people that I see need about 5,000 units a day. Now, vitamin D does get absorbed and stored in your bones. So, you know, you'd have to take really high dosages, but it could be toxic. So I do recommend that through a simple blood test, you do get your vitamin D levels checked. All right. Now, I just want to talk about some other supplements. So those were the essentials. That's the multivitamin, probiotics, fish oils, and vitamin D with K2. So those are the essentials. And again, we have a nice kit for you if you're interested in getting the essentials. I do believe that everybody should take all of those. Elle, other than the multivitamin, has been taking these since the day she was born: probiotics, fish oils, and probiotics, fish oils, and vitamin D. And then recently, as she's been able to chew and eat real food, we've added in the kids' multivitamin that I carry in my store. So that's what Elle takes, and Javier and I, of course, take the other as well. Now, I have a supplement that has been flying off the shelves, and it's called liposomal curcumin. Now, I've always had curcumin in my store, and we've had a fat-soluble curcumin, and it was in a pill form, and it worked really well. But recent research has been showing about liposomal forms of vitamins. So in a liposomal form, it basically it's called a micelle liposomal form, and it basically resists breaking down in the gut. And if you think about it, we want things to get in through our cell membrane because that's where a lot of reactions occur. And if you think about it, you know, oil and water don't mix, but oil and oil mix. So when you have something that's in basically an oil form or in a liposomal form, it can cross that barrier of your cell membrane and get into the cell where it needs to work. So that's our new liposomal curcumin. It's amazing and it tastes delicious, no lie. I've already had some this morning, but I'll take some more. Anyway, because it's in a liposomal micelle formula, it's 5.6 times more absorbable than your typical curcumin out there. And there is something called an ORCA score, a radical absorbency capacity score, and it's 1.5 million, which is the score. So it's an enormous number, which means it is an enormous, powerful free radical fighter. It's amazing. So if you have inflammation going on, this should be your #1 supplement. And seriously, we can already tell this sale already, we gauged how many we were gonna, if we're not already out of it, we might be soon, and I'm not exaggerating. We sold in one day 20 more than we were expecting to sell the entire week already. So this stuff is amazing. It tastes delicious. It works great. It's fabulous. So if you're looking to help with, you know, aches and pains, chronic inflammation, just healthy aging, it's a great supplement and it tastes delicious, and I'm not lying to you there. Okay, now our biggest seller of all time, as I'm sure you probably know, because most of you out there watching are probably taking this, is our collagen protein. So it's one of our top sellers, and of course we have it in our tubs of collagen protein. But we also have it in our, I don't have any right here, our packets, our individual sachets that come in a box of 20. And that's what I love to take with me traveling. So we just got back from Santa Fe, and I took those and put it, I don't drink coffee, but I drink a dandy tea. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's basically fake coffee. And I put that in my coffee every morning, and it's delicious. Or else I'll have a drink of collagen, leaky gut revive, and organic greens. So that's what I drink almost every morning. So the collagen helps maintain a healthy gut barrier. It, of course, promotes vibrant hair, skin, and nails, healthy joints, can promote fat loss and optimal lean muscle mass. And, you know, it's great because after 40, we all start losing more collagen than we can make. My next one of the other essentials that I use here is Complete Enzymes, and I and Elle have been using these for, Elle's been using this most of her life since she's been eating, and that is the Complete Enzymes. So these are great, particularly if you're eating out and you're worried about a gluten exposure or dairy exposure, or you're trying to heal your gut right now. We have them in pill form, chewable form. I like the chewable form. The pill form does have lysozyme in it from eggs. So if you're avoiding eggs, then you want to get the chewable. I like the chewable anyway. I started doing the chewable when Elle started taking them. And so just kind of got in the habit of having them. So it's a broad spectrum plant-based set of enzymes. It's really the best enzyme out there. It helps breaking down proteins, carbohydrates, sugars, fats, vegetable fibers, and of course it has DPP4, which helps to break down gluten if you're mistakenly glutened. I take them whenever I'm eating out at a friend's, or certainly when I'm eating in a restaurant in case I accidentally get glutened. And then if for some reason I've forgotten them or haven't brought them, and if I do think I had something in my meal, I still run home and take them. All right, so now I want to talk about my absolute favorite supplement. And if you've been following me, you probably already know what it is. It's the acetylated glutathione and nanotechnology. Now, this I do not go anywhere without. Literally, we just got back from Santa Fe, and I mean, I take this everywhere I go. You never know. For me, I'm super, super sensitive to molds. This is the #1 thing to help you get rid of molds. But as glutathione is the #1 detoxifier in our body. And, you know, studies have really shown that people with autoimmunity tend to have very low levels of glutathione. Now, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I'm not 100% sure, but you know, is it that you have low glutathione and therefore you end up with autoimmunity, or do you, you know, have autoimmunity and then you're dealing with toxins and autoimmunity, so it depletes your glutathione? That we don't 100% know, but we do know that people with autoimmunity and other chronic conditions have lower levels of glutathione compared to the, you know, healthy populations. So most oral glutathione do not work. Glutathione is oxidized and broken down in the gut before it can actually be absorbed. And so the #1 way to take glutathione is actually through an IV. And if you've ever had IV glutathione, it is quite amazing. I hate needles, and you know, so it's not super ideal for most people. It's very expensive. It's like $100 for one glutathione IV. You know, then you got to get stuck by a needle. You got to go sit somewhere for 30 minutes at least, if not, you know, waiting to get in to see the doctor. So it's just not, you know, super optimal or ideal, or, you know, frankly, you know, something that's available to people. So I tried every glutathione out there. I even tried one, a liposomal one, when I first started my clinic. I just wasn't finding one that worked. And then when I got sick with toxic mold, I discovered this acetylglutathione from a friend of mine who is a pharmacist and used to own the largest compounding pharmacy in Texas. And he nearly died of toxic mold. And he actually developed this formula. And his version that comes with the nanotechnology, he doesn't let many people sell it, but he allows me. We've become very good friends, kind of like a godfather to Elle. And he lets us put our label on it and sell it. So it's really an honor to do that. And it's just really difficult. You're not going to find another glutathione out there like this. So it's one of the few supplements that I don't make myself because this one is just so amazing. Yeah, if you're dealing with toxic mold, autoimmunity, chronic health conditions, things like Parkinson's, glutathione is really essential. And again, over the age of 40, we start, you know, our glutathione levels start declining. So super duper important. It's like a 1-2 punch when you're dealing with toxic mold. The second punch of the 1-2 punch is coconut charcoal. I recommend this together with the glutathione because the glutathione helps bring the toxins out, and then the coconut charcoal helps to bind all the toxins and get them safely out of your system. So the coconut charcoal is derived from all natural coconut shells. People ask if I have a coconut allergy, can I take it? This comes from the shells. So most of the time when people are allergic or sensitive to coconut, it's to the protein in the meat. Now, of course, speak with your physician if you have a true coconut allergy, but typically if you have an allergy to the meat, you don't have an allergy to the shell. Again, speak with your physician about that if you have a true allergy. But this, the thing about charcoal is that it has an enormous surface area, so it helps to bind things, which is really great because it binds the toxins and pulls them out. Now, if you're going to take the coconut charcoal, you need to be super careful, drink lots of fluids, take it away from any essential medications such as your thyroid hormone and things like the multivitamin. So this encourages healthy detoxification pathways, and like I said, it binds those toxins and helps to get them out of your system. So it's great if anybody's dealing with mold, heavy metals, other toxins, and we use this very extensively in my programs for SIBO and for Candida as well, if people are dealing with die-off or things like that. As they're going through those programs. So I'm one of those people. I don't detox well at all. I have SNPs where I don't methylate well. I don't make glutathione well, and I don't detoxify my estrogens well. So I take Estro Protect every day. So this is super important for all women. There is testing out there available that you can do to look at your 2 versus 16 hydroxy estrogens and your 4 hydroxy. And so there's testing out there available to you. And I do recommend, really, if you're a woman, you should get this testing done and see how well you're clearing your estrogens. So Estro Protect helps to support estrogen balance. It helps to naturally eliminate excess steroid hormones and xenoestrogens. Those are those fake estrogens that come from things like plastics, and if you're not using non-toxic beauty, like Beauty Counter, which is the makeup that I have on right now, and the beauty products that I use. If you're not using all natural products that don't contain phthalates and parabens and things like that, then you're being exposed to xenoestrogens every day. So this is a huge, huge problem, not only for women, but for men too. Prostate cancer is on the rise and at an all-time high as well. And that is not from an excess of testosterone, that is from an excess of these bad estrogen metabolites. So men and women alike need to be on the lookout for these things. And Estro Protect, if you are have a family history of breast cancer or some hormonal cancer, if you have experienced that already, or if you've done some genetics SNP testing on yourself and you just know that you do not clear your hormones well. So that's another one that I take every day, no matter what. Now, the other one that I take every day, no matter what, is methylation support. And methylation support is meant for people who have 1 or more mutations at MTHFR, which is a pathway that helps us detoxify. I myself have 2 mutations, so I'm homozygous. So I have a really hard time clearing toxins. The way I sort of describe this in a rudimentary sort of way is, this is again theoretical, but if I ate 10 parts of mercury, if I ate a piece of tuna and had 10 parts of mercury in it, if you don't have any mutations, you clear all 10. If you have 1 mutation, you clear about 50% of it. If you have 2 mutations, you only clear about 10% of it. So I would absorb 9 particles of mercury and I'd only get rid of 1. However, with my handy dandy methylation support, that's going to help me clear that a lot better. In addition, I add in the glutathione, and in addition, I add in the Estro Protect. So those are kind of my personal triple threat, and those are the things that we all go through this phase, even me, where you're just kind of tired of swallowing pills, or you just kind of like, why do I have to do this? I don't want to take supplements. Why can't I be normal? Why do I have all these SNPs? Why did I get here? We all have it, even me. I have goosebumps, even knowing that I've helped so many of you guys. I still get in those ruts myself. And when I have those moments and I'm not in a good place of taking supplements, or I'm traveling, or I'm busy, and they just kind of go, these are the 3, the methylation support, the Estro Protect, and the glutathione, that I pretty much really try to take every single day. So, like I said, we just recently went to Santa Fe for the week for spring break with Elle, and it's just like, we're already taking so much stuff. So I really was like, okay, what are my essential supplements that I have to take while I'm away? Of course, they were the essentials. And then on top of it, it was these 3. Resveratrol is another one that is really awesome. It's a phenol. Resveratrol, it's a phenol, and this resveratrol provides the benefits of 2 to 4 glasses of wine without all the alcohol or sugar or calories or bad things that alcohol does to you. It comes in a lozenge. It dissolves under your tongue. It's a nice after dinner treat. My final 2 things that I want to tell you about, Leaky Gut Revive, is has L-glutamine, it has arabinogalactan, it has deglycerated licorice, it has marshmallow root, all kinds of things that help to increase the mucus in your gut and protect your gut lining. And then of course, the L-glutamine that helps stimulate the gut cells to turn over. So that's my absolute go-to for leaky gut. If you're got into a situation where you accidentally got glutened or something like that. And then my other two favorite products that here I am drinking a smoothie as we speak. I know it doesn't look delicious, but this is the mocha paleo protein powder with some frozen avocado that you can get at, I know you can make your own frozen avocado, but Costco right now has frozen avocado little chunks in bags, and it's organic, and it's, you know, just so easy. So that's just, that is coconut milk and mocha latte, paleo protein powder, and some avocado, and that was my lunch today, and it's just fab, fab, fab. So we have multiple flavors of paleo protein powder, and that is unflavored, that has no stevia in it, no flavors. We have vanilla, we have chocolate, we have mocha latte, and we're gonna have another flavor coming soon. And these are amazing. They're grass-fed, pasture finished, no GMOs, no hormones, no antibiotics. They are approved for all the Myers-Way programs, AIP, paleo, keto. It's approved for any and everything, unless you're a vegan. That's the only thing it wouldn't be approved for, because it's from hydrolyzed beef protein. But they are delicious. They are very low carb, zero sugars. It's coming from stevia, or you can get the unflavored that has nothing in it. And it's a really great breakfast. It's a really great lunch, or just, you know, a snack. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will see me almost every weekend. I mean, usually more often, but on the weekend, I'll do pictures of it, making Elle smoothies. So cute. She's like, Mooly, Mooly, Mooly. She can't quite say smoothie yet. And, you know, she knows how to make a little smoothie, and she loves the paleo protein powder. Vanilla is her favorite with berries in it. So that's a common one in the house as well. And then finally, we have organic greens, which is a real money saver. So if you're somebody who likes green juice, if you've been going to your local juice place, which I do want to support local companies, but you know, you can be spending $10 a pop on a juice. And so we have 30 servings of organic greens. It's our organic greens. We have the certification. We got the certification. Super excited about that. It has 14 powerful plant foods in it. Really help with detoxification, help with optimal health. It has ginger and turmeric to help with an inflammatory response, really healthy inflammatory response. Adaptogenic herbs such as maca and ashwagandha that help to promote stress relief and immune function. And of course, there's, you know, broccoli. There is, so broccoli, spinach, kale, moringa, parsley, apple, spirulina, all of it is 100% organic. So again, not to knock any other green powders out there, but often they are not 100% organic. They will have all organic vegetables, but then the apple won't be organic. And the apple is, you know, one of the most toxic pesticide-laden vegetables or fruits out there. It's high on the dirty dozen. So you want to really make sure if you're going to drink a green juice, even if you go to those juice places, that you are getting organic. And the other thing about our organic greens is that there are no grasses in it. So no barley grass, no wheat grass. So absolutely no chance of gluten here. And it makes it taste delicious because it doesn't taste like you're drinking green grass. So go check out the reviews on my website, and that will really give you a an idea about how delicious our greens powder is, because we have amazing reviews. And of course, what I want to say is that we have a 30-day return guarantee. So if you don't like something, you know, we deal with all kinds of people who have sensitivities to things and react to things. So if you have a reaction to something, it didn't work for you, you didn't like it for some reason, we have a 30-day return guarantee on all of my supplements. I stand behind them 100%. So if something didn't work out for you, just, you know, send it back to us. Well, call us and we'll give you what's called an RMA number, and you can send it back to us. All right, everybody, this was awesome. So I appreciate you guys. I'm really proud of you for taking your health into your own hands. Just, super honored to be of service to you guys and to be on this journey with you and to help empower you to take back your health.